Hey guys, welcome back to Home Built, and today I'm going to keep going on my bodywork and see if I can line everything up. Okay guys, I'm just going through now and editing this video, and I have noticed that I have a broken microphone and I'm struggling with it throughout this video, so please forgive the audio quality in this. I've worked around as much as I can. There's a few extra cuts and changes. So bear with me. I've ordered a new microphone, but until it comes, I'm going to have to switch back to a shotgun mic, so it's going to be a bit more echoey, but on with the show. Okay guys, so last week you saw me tidying up the front end and getting everything lined up here. So now I've got everything roughly where I want it. It's a matter of putting the doors on and then straighten everything out. So first things first, let's bolt these doors on. Okay, now I've been playing around trying to get these panel gaps right, and I've got it on this seam line here, perfect, just by pushing and spacing out this guard slightly, but it actually is sitting a little bit proud that way, and then it drops in a bit too far down the bottom here. This is sitting low. You can sort of see that's not sitting right. Most of the line on this end is pretty good. It's just down to the bottom here. That's a little bit of tweaking, that's easy enough. So what I'm thinking is to basically space out the bottom and bring the top in. I'll show you on the hinge on this side, is I'll just oversize drill these holes a little bit more, just a bit, just so then I've got a bit more adjustment room to be able to just tweak the door backwards and forwards and get it all to sit just exactly where I want it. And of course, the difficult part with drilling out these hinges is the fact that my drill press died a couple of weeks ago, so I had to do this by hand, which is going to be a lot more difficult, but I'll just take it slow and we'll get there. Let's try the vise. Front edge of the door is starting to look really good. I'm really happy with how that's all lined up. It's great. That little adjustment I put on the hinges was just enough to just fine tune it all, and it's sitting really, really nice. It comes back to this back end now. The panel gaps are good. The issue I've got now is that the top is sitting good, or basically the swage line is sitting good, but there's a bit of movement in it at the moment because I don't have the rubbers, but the rubbers, when I eventually get the new rubbers, will push the door outwards more. So I'm doing that, and it's sitting okay here, but this bottom edge sits out quite a bit. So what I'm going to try now is persuade the door to sit where I want it. That was so much more playing around than I was planning, but I'm quite happy with how it all lines up now. Now the whole side of this car is looking really nice and straight, which is exactly what I wanted. So now it's a matter of doing the other side. Well, this side was much easier. Sitting nice and flat all the way around. The panel gaps are pretty decent. So now it's time to get stuck into the filler work, and that means sanding the rest of these panels with the DA just to key in the body filler, and then start getting the whole side of the car nice and perfectly straight. Basically what I've done here is I've laid on a piece of tape along the swage lines, and some of you guys reminded me about this idea recently in my previous video, and basically what I'm doing is I'm now sanding down to that line and making sure I don't really try and rough the line up too much, so that I actually keep that edge and build that swage edge up again. I'm going to lay another layer of tape on the top edge of it, and then go through again and sand the bottom up to the line, and gradually keep working it until I get it exactly to that nice crisp line that I want. All right, next round of tape and next round of sanding. Okay, now, so I just dusted over everything with a little bit of just black, and basically what this is a guide coat. So now I can go over and sand, and anywhere where there's still black I know is low and I need to fill and put a little bit more in, but I just put a light dust. It's only just a mist over the top. It can show me where I need to keep filling. All right, that's coming along nicely. It's slow and tedious, but while I'm going backwards and forwards, waiting for this to set up, I'm gonna take this front bar off, and I might try and just finish up the welding that I'd started last week, welding in all of the holes around here and get it all buttoned up so that it is one piece ready to go. All right, that is really slow, messy, tedious work. I've still got a long way to go. There's still, these high spots I need to tap down and more layers to go on, and the line is getting better in there. It's starting to come back out again, particularly on the back edge, which is where it was really lost. So I'm gradually building that line back out again. I'm a lot slower than what the pros do it at, but I'm not in a hurry. I just want to get it done, and I want to do it as well as I can. So if it means it takes time and it's slow and tedious, that's what it is. Anyway, I am out of time again for today, so that means it's time for Fun Facts with Mrs. Jeff.
Hey guys, with Nissan factory sponsorship in 1965, Bob Sharp started to make a name for himself. At that stage, Datsuns were a rare sight, with most of his competition driving Triumph Spitfires, Austin Healey Sprites and MG Midgets. By the end of the season, Sharp had won the Northeast Divisional competition, and he was invited to Daytona, where he entered the Road Race of Champions and he finished third. With Sharp's success, Datsuns are rapidly gaining popularity in the US. By 1967, Nissan began supporting other campaigners around the country and named Sharp as their competition consultant. He also went on to win the National SCCA Championship in his number 33 Datsun 1600.
All right, guys, that's another slow, tedious day, but all of this working around things, getting things lined up perfectly, it all pays off in the end. It's a matter of getting everything just right so that when it's finished, it looks the way I want it to. So, as always, if you want to help out the channel, head down to the description below. You can buy some shirts, hoodies, or coffee mugs, and you can follow me on Facebook and Instagram at the same place. See you guys.
CCA Championship in his number 33 Brights and MG Midgets. Sorry, that's not PC. Sprites, Midgets, no. In the National SCCA Championship in his Datsun 1333. Damn it.